Welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is JB. So in today's video, we are going to look at sending emails from HTML form without any JavaScript or any backend language like PHP or anything. We are going to see how you only use HTML5 to be able to send emails from your forms. Okay, so this is very powerful, and I think this project is very useful. So if you have landed on this tutorial, please, you are very lucky. So let's jump in and see how it works. So you have seen many times where on your website you have a contact form, and in this contact form you can fill in some fields, okay, and then you can send this form, and then you can directly receive an email from your website. This is very powerful, and there is no any need of using any backend language. Of course, this is one of the simplest methods. There are some other methods that you can use to send emails, as we'll be seeing in future videos, whereby you can use PHP, you can use JavaScript and other languages like Python. But in this video, we are keeping it the most simplest method is just to use only HTML, and you'll be able to send your emails right away from your contact form or your form on your website. Okay, and this means that you can actually send quotations, or you can receive quotations from your website. I mean, if you have a client who is you are building a website for and is going to have quotations being submitted right away from the website, you can simply use this method. Okay, sign up form, some people can just simply sign up on your website, and they will just receive those sign-ups in your email direct. Okay, so let's see what are the steps that are required or needed to make this work. Okay, there are not many methods, there are only just 4 simple steps that we are going to follow, and we make this work. Okay, so the first one, you need to have a working email. Okay, it can be Gmail, it can be Yahoo, any email that you trust and you want to receive those emails. Okay, it doesn't matter which one, but just get one email and it is just enough. Okay, so that is the first method. You just need to have a working email, whether it's Gmail or Yahoo. The second one is you just simply create your form. Okay, you must have at least a form that you have designed with HTML and with CSS. And the third one is create a thank you page. Okay, so you're going to see how does a thank you page mean, but basically this is a page that if someone submits a form, where should what is the next page after that person have submitted the email. Okay, so thank you page is most necessary, because we are going to say the default one is not good, so you create a custom one, and the last one is configure the form to send the emails. So you configure the form that you have just created, and the thank you page, we configure them with these two we are going to use, and we make it work. And so then you're just going to follow those 4 steps, and let's jump in our first step. So the first step, I've already have a working email, as I can just show you. So I have here a brand new email that I'm just going to be using to receive my emails from that particular website, or this can be an email for your client. So if you are building a website for your client, you can ask them which email do they want to receive the mails, and you can then configure it for them. Okay, you can configure it for them. So just tell them I need access to your email that you're going to be using, and then you configure it. You have to log in and you'll be able to configure it. So that's the first step. Have your Gmail working. I have mine open here and everything is working so fine. Okay, so just make you have your email and you can be able to access it and open it. As simple as that. The second one is create your form with HTML and CSS. Okay, so the second step, we are going to go ahead and create a simple email form, and it's going to be looking like this. Okay, so our form is going to look like this. Let me simply go ahead and create this. So before that, let me just get my logo. A minute, let me get my logo. So you can just download the images. You can just go to Unsplash, grab any image you want to use, and any logo will work for you. It doesn't matter to use a you don't have to use the logo. I'm just going to use yep. So I'll put here my logo. Just in a minute. Okay, so let's be back here. So we need here just to design this form, and this is what you're going to do next. So let's just design this simple form in HTML, CSS, and we are good to go. Okay, so we have to design the HTML form and the thank you page. So the thank you page is going to look like this. Okay, yeah, something like this, whereby we can actually, when someone clicks on the submit button, it takes him to this thank you for submitting your message has been sent. Okay, yeah, so that is how we are going to do. And then the last one will be configuring the form. That is after step number 2 and number 3. So let's just jump into step number 2 and number 3. We'll create those 2 pages. Okay, so I already have here my folder with my project, which has the BG logo, the BG image, this one. Okay, you can grab this image from Unsplash. Just go and type in computer and you'll be able to receive this to see this image, download it, and you are good to go. Okay, so next I have my logo. I'm just going to use, and that's it. And I opened just this folder in VS Code, so you can see I have my image here, I have the index, I have the logo, and then I have the style.css. Okay, so they are the only files I have here, and I have them open in VS Code. So go ahead, create a folder, put your images and the logo you want to use, create your index and style.css. So in my index, I went ahead and I connected I linked to my CSS. As you can see here, my CSS is connected. Okay, then the next step now is just creating the form. Okay, so if you look at our design here, is just going to be simple. Let me go back here. I have a header which has only the logo, and I have this section we can call contact, which has this image and the form. So I'm just going to go here and do this. So I have a header which only have I can just put a slash here, and then here I'm just going to put the image, and this image is dot slash it is this logo, and you can just say logo. Okay, and as simple as that. So the header has only the image, as simple as that. And then let's just go and see maybe contact section. So I can just say contact section, as simple as that. And then this contact section, we have the left side which has the BG, which has the image. So I can just say dot um, left image, and here you can just put the image. So by the way, you can go ahead and do this from CSS, and you put the image as a background image. I don't know which one is in particular, which one is good. I think yes, put in CSS so that we don't have any mob things to work on. But we have this side which is left image, and then we have this side which is the contact form. We can just say contact form, okay, and then this side is where we're going to add the form. As simple as that. And in the side of the form, so in the side of the form, inside here we have how many fields. So let's start and see which fields do we have. We have the full name, email, subject, and message. Okay, so the first one is the full name. So I'm just going to say input, and the first one is input text. Okay, and we don't need even this ID, we just simply the name. So it is for the full name. So here I'm just going to say full name. Okay, full name. So you see I've given this one, and you can just go ahead and call it small letters, any you want. Let me just do camel case. So we have the full name. Okay, we have another one is email. Okay, and here name is email, and by the way, this name is required. Don't leave this one out. We are going to see it in configurations that we need this name field. So this name is the name you will just have to see in your email when this form is sent. This is what is going to be showing up on your fields. Okay, so the first one is the full name, the second one is email. Okay, and you can add also an attribute of required. Just add an attribute of required. Okay, so that no one can submit the form without filling in this field. So just make all the fields required. So go ahead here and add the third one, which is subject, which is also input text. So here subject, so subject, and we're going to add another one which is a placeholder. So add a space and add a placeholder, and here for instance you could just say full name, and then here on the placeholder let's say email, and last here but not least, let's add placeholder. So let's add placeholder, and here you just add subject. Okay, and then we also add required, and next is text area. So let's add text area, and rows I'm just going to keep them to 5. Okay, and inside here you can also, I think you can also add a placeholder. Okay, placeholder, and you say message. Okay, and you can go ahead and also make it required. Okay, great. So we have our simple form here, which is having our fields 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has those fields, and we are good to go. So I'm just going to open this to go live and see how it looks like right now. I know it is not looking good, but just going to simply make it look good with CSS. Okay, so one more next thing, let's put a button. So after here the text area, put a button, and this button is of type submit. So this is how it looks like right now. Doesn't look great, but we're just going to make it look great in a minute. But let's just go ahead and add here a button. And the button we add, by the way, you must make sure that the button is of type submit. Please, you are using of creating buttons like this. Please make sure it has this type. Put this attribute type submit, and let's put here submit. As simple as that. And if you check now, our button is also there. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and go in CSS. So I'm just going to go to CSS here, and I'm just going to first do a browser reset as usual. So margin 0, padding 0, and box sizing border box. Okay, so that is the first step to remove the margins and the paddings, and setting the box sizing to border box. So the first thing we can just work on is the header. Okay, and I just set the background color to black. Background color black. Okay, and right away I can just say header, and I can target the image. So this image we have here, I can give it a width of like 150 pixels, and to this header I'm just going to say display flex, align items center, and I'm also going to justify content center. Okay, so by doing that, I will have my this centered, and you can see it is looking already great. It is in the center here, and yeah, so this is about the header, and as simple as that, we are done with the header. Okay, so just go back to the contact section. So in the contact section here, we have our left image. So I'm just going to put this image. So go here in the left image, down, left image, and put background image. Okay, so let's say background image, and let's say URL, and we can just go ahead and put this image, and it is going to be huge. It has, so it's not showing up because of height. So let's say height. So the height, I want it to be 100%. Now to make that one work, let's set to the contact section, if that is the spelling, let's give it a height of 100 view height. In fact, let's give it 95. Let's see 95 view edge. Okay, and let's see if the image is showing up. Okay, so a minute. So contact section, and just target here the contact section. Okay, great. So here let's give also 95. Let's just give the same width, like same height like this one, and we see if we can see anything. Yep, and let's see, give background size, background size cover. Okay, background size cover, and this one will show up, I guess now. Yep, so we can see our image, and I think here this height we could also make it 100%. It will still work because this, it means it is taking up 100% of this one. Okay, so next let's give it a width. So we can first of all apply flex here. So display flex, and this one we put the form on side by side, and let's give a width to this image. So width, let's give it 50%. Okay, so great. So we already have our form already looking great, Okay, having it looking great. Of course, you can go ahead and talk about the background position and other things. I'm just not going to go into right now. I'm not just going to go into them right now, but you can just set center like that and try to see if it changes something. Like you can see the image now is positioned very well. So to this side, so this is the left image. Okay, next is the contact form. So to the contact form, the only thing I want first set is the padding. Okay, so let's set the padding here on this form. So let's say padding top and bottom maybe 2 rem, and on the sides they just remain 2 rem everywhere. Yeah, that is looks great. Okay, so let's first work on the inputs. Okay, so we can just target the inputs, and first of all we can, I think, give them display. If we give them display block, they will get into this format. Okay, and then let's give them width, let's say 100%, and okay, so that is how they are looking like. Let's go ahead and give padding to this. So on top let's give 1 rem, and on the side is 2 rem. Okay, okay, so that is already looking great. Let's set, and by the way, on here I'm just going to set the font family. I'm just going to set the font family, and I'm just going to use Consolas. Okay, Consolas. You can set any font of your own. You can set Poppins, Inter. You can go on Google and download, connect your Google fonts here, and then you can use your Google font here. But for now, I'm just going to stick to Consolas. Okay, so if you check right now is that, and I can just go in here and I give font size. Let's give 20 pixels. Okay, 20 pixels. So to the form, let me see. To the form, this is the form. Let me target the form. Okay, let me target the form, and let's give it display flex. Okay, and if you do that, they will go back in this format. But let's give flex direction column. Okay, great, and let's give some gap. I don't think that step was also necessary. You could just actually leave them without having them looking great already. So this form, let's give it a width of 100%. Okay, and let me first give it some background color to see where it is. I want to see its width more especially, and the width. So let's first set on this contact form. Let's give it a width of 50%. Okay, remember we gave the other one the width of 50%. Yeah, so we give it also 50% to fill in here. Okay, so that is looking great already, and I want to take off this. Okay, and another thing I don't think is necessary is this display block. I don't think it is necessary even if you did not put that display block, and let's remove it. Don't have to have and then even this, I'm not sure if width 100% is also adding anything. Yeah, so width is also not adding anything. So the only thing we want is font size and padding, and the fields are already looking great. but I think the form we can give it about 60%, just to look somehow nice. Maybe let's try 80. Maybe let's keep it 100, but instead we increase the padding on the contact form. So instead, let's try top and bottom 2 rem, and on the sides let's try 4 rem. Yeah, so that is great. This is looking fine, and I'm happy with this version. So we have our image, we have our here, and let's keep it to 10. Go down here, let's put 10 here, and we see, okay, so 10 looks great. And I'm just going to go to this text area, and I remove that text resize. So to text area, you can say resize none. Okay, so this resize none, it removes the resizing here. So now we cannot resize, you simply can only type in. Okay, that is great. Let's work on our submit button. Okay, and align items, I'm just going to give align items to the form. So first of all, we can have align items center, and I think that one should put everything like that. I don't think that is a good thing, aligning items to center. How about freak start? Okay, so it is freak start, but then they are not stretching. Okay, so let me give back the background color here, background color red. Okay, so I think here we can give inputs. Can we give it also width of 100%? Yep. So that is great, and I think we can also add the width to text area. So down here, the text area, we can give it width of 100%. Okay, and even here we can say align center. It will have no problem. Let me remove this. Okay, so styling a form is not hard. So you can see in the form itself, we have width, and we have also set the display flex selection column. We give some gap and align items center, and it has something like this. So let me just go ahead and style my submit button. So to the button, I'm just going to come here, the button, give it the same padding like here. Okay, so just copy the same padding and just come here, let's give it like a border radius of maybe 5 pixels. Okay, and font size let's stick to 20 pixels, and let's say cursor pointer. Okay, not areas but pointer. And so far this is what we have. Okay, so you can go ahead and give it a background color of black, and then color of white, Yep, so far the form is just about to get done. I just want to increase some padding here to 3. Okay, so great. This you could go ahead and give maybe 3 rem here, the padding on the button, to make it look more bigger. And this one you can make it also 1.5, and this one, let's make it 3.5. So just our button is somehow big enough, and the font size we can also push it 28. Okay, and so far this is how it looks like, and this is great. So we have our form done. Okay, we have our form done, and we have finished it. You can go ahead and make it responsive. I'm not just going to work on responsive simply because it is not a big deal in this video, but you could go ahead and use, for instance, Flex wrap, like here on this, on the form. For instance, you could just go and say Flex wrap, as simple as that. And I'm not sure if it right now it can wrap, but you could just simply play around with that or Flex basis. And in fact, you could, instead of using this width, where the width 50% here, you could go ahead and use Flex basis. Let's see if we use it Flex basis. I think basically it's the same like width. Flex basis is same as like the width is to be occupied. So on this contact form and this left image, we could use Flex basis, and I think it should give us the same scenario. You can see this takes up 50%, even this takes up 50%, and instead of using width, you use Flex basis. Okay, so Flex basis is the same as like setting width, but I think now when you do this, it has this nice thing done for you. Okay, it has this nice thing like so yes, you can just work with responsive and make those things work. I'm not going to work on the responsive. You can write only 2 media queries and you make it work. So you just focus on making our form now work. So we have this, and we are going to design now a contact or the thank you page. So we have a thank you page here. This is how the thank you page has to look like. Want a thank you page look like? We have an email, we have this H1 and the button. Okay, so let me just go ahead and create another page quickly. So come here and I say thank you dot html. Okay, thank you dot html. I'm just going to simply copy everything this side, Control C, come this side, Control V. And instead of this contact section, I'm just going to thank you section. Thank you. So it is going to be thank you section, and all the other things that are there, I'm just going to remove them. Okay, so right now if you visit the thank you page, so let's visit the thank you dot html. My spelling, thank you dot html. Okay, let me just remove this. Okay, so this is what we have on the thank you page, and you could just go ahead and give the pinkish background. Let me go to style and give a body a background of pink. Okay, so down here, let me see, background color, let's say pink, and I can go ahead and make this pink more pale, like don't want it to be more shining, and I think that is even more shining. Just make it more pale. Yeah, that is fine enough. Okay, so that is fine. So it has the ratings. I'm just going to go here and add box icons, or I could even go and add a hero icon. Just for simplicity, I'm just going to use hero. So just type in hero icons and go here on hero icons and just grab the email. Okay, grab this email thing. Did I type in email? So just type in mail. Okay, yep. So let me just go and get this one and copy SVG instead, So in the thank you page, we have three things. The first one is this SVG. So I'm just going to say dot icon, and inside let me paste this SVG. Okay, and if you continue looking at this page, there is this H1 or H2, thank you for submitting. So down here, let me put that H2, thank you for submitting. Thank you for submitting. And then there is a P tag down which says your message has been sent. So I just want to go to this and say your message has been sent, and then it says go back home. Okay, so let's just go back here and let me add a P tag. Say your message have been sent. Okay, and then finally there is a button which says, and it is a link since it is taking back home, and says go home. I think, is it go home or go back home? Go home. Okay, so if you check right now, these are the three things we have in our browser. Okay, so this email thing, the icon is too huge. We can first work on that. I'm just going to go down here, and I first going to go to dot icon, and let me target the SVG. Okay, so this SVG, let's give it a width of 100 pixels, and let's also give it a height of 100 pixels. Okay, that is great. I think that is smaller. Let's try 300. Wow, that is good. That is good. And to this, we can use flex. So to this thank you section, let's give it a flex here. Okay, and I'm just going to go here and try flex. Okay, so display flex. First of all, flex direction is column. Flex direction is column. Let's give a gap of 2 rem. Okay, and let's first see what we have so far, and let's put them in the center. So align items center. Yep, so we have everything right now working. And to this thank you, let me give it also padding. So top and bottom 2 rem, and that is great. So let's go ahead to the H2. So that is the only H2 we have. So let's give it font size maybe 45 pixels. I don't know if that is too much or too big. That is good. That is good. To the P tag we have, let's give it font size, let's give it like 25 pixels. Okay, that is also good. And to this anch tag, let me give it, I think that is the only anch tag also we have. Yeah, that is the only anch tag we have. So we can first of all give it text decoration of none, and then we can give it a background color, and I'm not going, but anyway, yes, let's stick to green linear gradient. So instead of, let's give it background, and let's say linear gradient, let me just say from dark blue, and let's just say to right, put direction, comma, and let's say maybe dark blue. In fact, I just said from blue to pink. I don't know. Let's first see, and let's give it padding. Okay, so I just set here padding on top 1.5 rem, and here 3.5 rem, and let's give it a border radius of 5 pixels, and let's look at how it looks right now. Yep, it looks great, and we can give color white, okay, and I think we can just give a border radius something like instead of 5 pixels, if we wanted it so rounded, we could give it 3.5 rem, just like any of those ones would work. Yeah, so we have we have the link same as there. So let's specifically put here thank you section. So you can just copy this and come and put it here. You can see it affected our link here in the header, of which I don't want that. So just put this before and it will only affect this one. Okay, great. So our thank you page is also done. That is great. So we have two pages right now. We have the thank you page and then we have the index. Okay, so this is great. Let's now go to the next step. And if you go back to our steps, the last step is configuration. Okay, so the last step is configuration. So we have already done all these 3 steps. At this point, you have your email setup and you have your HTML form setup, and also we have our thank you page setup. So the next one is configuring the form with to send the mails. Okay, so on that step of configuring, we are going to use a tool called form submit. Okay, so this is an online form and it is 100% free to use. Okay, so just head to this https formsubmit.co, and please be careful, make sure you go to this link. Okay, there is another one that is not this one, so please be careful. Okay, just go to that link, and I'm just going to go here, and this is how the home page looks like. And I insist, just confirm you don't have formsubmit.io. Make sure it is formsubmit.co. Okay, so that is great. Let's go ahead and do the setup. So if you are reached on that page, you don't have to worry. I'm just going to take you through all the configurations you need. Okay, so the first and foremost configuration is to set our action to https formsubmit./your email, and you can see they say you need to add your email here and verify it. Okay, so normally what you would do is get your Gmail and place it where they say youremail.com here. Okay, but sometimes I find that one through experience it is not secure to do that with your email and put it publicly like that. So what you can do is we are going to first go and verify our emails. Okay, so let's just first make sure we verify our email before we do other things. Okay, and another step we are going to put, so the first thing is we are going to put this action. Okay, so let me just copy this, so you can copy this action, and by the way, you can simply copy it directly here. You can see it is the first thing they show you here, so you can just copy this action here, just only that. So come to your form here, come to your form. Where is your form? Here where the action is, paste in this, and where they say your email, we are going to work on this in a minute. Okay, so another next configuration you need to do is this. You need to set the name attribute on your all form fields. Okay, so you must make sure you have this name attribute on all the fields that you have created in your HTML form. So for instance, I have here the input type full name, and you can see I have a name of full name. So this is what you mean. Set the attributes on all your form fields. So for the email, for the subject, and even the text area. And by the way, the text area, you see we had not given it a name. Let's say message. Okay, let's say message, like so. Okay, so this is great so far. You have done, we are moving on, so great. If you have reached at that point, we are doing so great. So next, let's work on the confirming the email. Okay, so how do you quickly confirm the email? I'm just going to show you a trick that gives you one bonus functionality that we had not talked about. So come to this email link. So come to this page which says go back to formsubmit.co and come back to this email link. It is in beta, by the way. Click on that and enter your email address here. Okay, enter your email address here and then click on create email link. Okay, so if you do that, if you enter your email here, for instance, let's just say John Doe. So you can type in John Doe at Gmail. Okay, John Doe at Gmail. So just enter your email here and click on create email link. Okay, so when you click on that, they are going to bring you to this page. So for these purposes, I'm not going, of course, to use this John Doe. If you create it, they pop up here. They say, I am not a robot. Click on that, and they will tell you that the verification is required. Okay, they will send you, they take you to this page where they say verification is required, and they are going to say just one more step. Please verify your email address in order to activate your email link and starting receiving responses. So an email has been sent to the John Doe at Gmail with a link to verify your email address. So they are going to send on your email. So if you have put here, just go into your email and you receive a verification, and it is going to be that verification is going to be looking like this. Okay, so this is the one I received in my email. So they say form submit system. Hi, welcome to form submit email link. Congratulations, your email link has been created. Okay, so click on this mail. If you click it, it takes you to a page like this. Okay, this is the email, how it looks inside. Congratulations, your email link has been created, and they give you the email link. We are going to see how this email link can be used, but then they also give you this one. You are only one step away from activating your email link. Please click below in order to verify that this email can receive emails. So you see, you are given a link here. So click on this link. Okay, so when you click on that link, they take you to a page that shows this. That shows email address verification. Verification succeeded. Your email has been successfully verified. Now you can start receiving responses from this email, and then they give you your email link here. And of course, I tried to clip off some figures for you guys not to be able to spend me some spam stuff, but here they will give you your email link. Okay, so at this point you have your email link. Next, so you see what we have from this thing. There are two things that we get from this email. Okay, the first one, in this email they give you this. Let me use a pen here. So the first thing they give you is this one. They give you the email link. Okay, the second thing they give you is this link. Now in this link, we are more interested in this figure here. This figure here, they give you, this one is your email ID. Okay, this is your email ID. So, and you can simply copy it. So how you can use the email link, you can use it in this way. So for instance, you can just go and you can just go in your HTML and you use it maybe somewhere in the header or anywhere to say, for instance, you can email us here, okay, like maybe on this thank you page, you can go ahead and put another maybe link. So you just put another link here, and which says email me, okay. So inside here, of course, you can put anything, but here you can just put now this code that was given by you, okay. Here is where you can paste this where you can use this HTTP form submit CO custom link. This link they sent you here, this one, you can use it at that point. You put this link instead of using your naked email, okay. Okay, great. And next is this form submit configuration. So the only thing we want is this. Are you seeing this thing here? Okay, this one is what we need. Just copy yours and bring it and paste it here, okay. So where in our form we have action, there is where they say your email. So instead of your email, put the email ID here. So let me go ahead and just going to populate mine, okay. So at this point in time, I'm just going to hide my screen. I'm just going to hide my screen so that I can just see the email, okay. So at this point you might be seeing my screen blurred, and I'm copying my email link, that number there, and I've pasted it there, okay. So that is great. So I have my stuff pasted into there. So great. So we are back here in VS Code, and I've pasted in my stuff here. That code they gave me, just only copy the code, okay. So it is not that you copy everything, just copy this code which starts with a figure, and it is the one you paste in here on where they say your email, okay. By the way, that is the most crucial part. I don't know if I should repeat that part. Please just simply copy that ID or that number that they sent on your email. Just copy only that one, and if you cannot manage that, just simply leave your email here, your Gmail. So you can just use that number. This one is just like encoding or trying to hide your email address, and use that number instead, okay. So if you don't want the encrypted part, so this one just like encrypting your email into this token. So copy this token just the way it is from your email, come and paste it in your form action, okay, where they say your email, paste it in that action, and you can see I've pasted in mine here. Okay, great. So after that, let's continue with the rest of the video. And next, so there are more final configurations we have to do, okay. So there is final configurations that we have to do. So just add the following fields to your form. So let me see. The first one is input type hidden. Next, and this one is to set our thank you page. So this one, its purpose is to set our thank you page. This one is to set our thank you page. So this first one is for setting our thank you page. I'm just going to copy it, Control A, go back here, and just before or after, it doesn't matter where you put them, it doesn't matter because they're invisible. I'm just going to put them I can put them before here. Maybe I just put them last. So before here, in the middle between here, the text area, let me add in this text field. So the first one is this one, input type hidden, okay, input type hidden, and the only thing you have to set on it is just change this one, okay, change this, while they say your domain, and we are going to see this one is very important. In fact, just leave this one. We are going to set it after we have hosted this project. So you can for now put thank you.html just like that. So just paste this input field, thank you.html, as simple as that. Okay, next, go ahead and copy this input type hidden name subject new submission. So this one is to help you identify that form. Now you can be having many forms on your website. Maybe you have the contact form, you have the quotation form, you have the sign up form. You may be having very many forms, so you have to put the subject to understand which form has submitted. And for instance, you can just put up you can set it using this value. So I'm just going to go ahead here down, okay, I just set it up here, so just like that instead. So you can just say new form submission. So if for instance it was a sign up form, I could just say new sign up submission. So for instance, new sign up submission, and since this is a contact form, new client submission, I could say like a new client submission, just like that. Okay, so that is the second input field. By the way, we are adding these ones on top of the ones we had. Okay, so just add in those ones and let's move on. So the next one is this one, setting another email. So if you have, for instance, it can be maybe your clients and you want to set for them more than one email. They want to receive the submission on more than one email, so you can set it in this field. Okay, so just go down here and you can set in this new field here, like this. You see CC is the carbon copy, so this is just like you want to send another email, so they will be sending it to this other email. If you have one, you can just simply use it. Okay, so if I wanted another email, I would set it here. Okay, since I don't want that, I'm just going to simply comment that one out. I'm not just going to do that, but if you want to send to another person or to another email of yours, so that two emails are receiving the same message, use this field. So the next one is auto response. Okay, so it is I normally set auto responses on those emails, so that if a client submits, he receives an email. Okay, so this auto response here, you add your custom message. Okay, so for instance, you can just say thank you for contacting us. So for instance, I can say contacting us, we will be in touch. We'll be in touch with you in a minute. We'll be in touch with you in a minute. Okay, so this is a custom message that will be sent to the person who has signed up on our email, or who have just submitted the contact form. And for this field to work, you must make sure you have a field of email, that you must be getting this email from a client. So this email field must be there, so for this one to work. Okay, so that is great. And just set it to email, as simple as that. The name, set this name to email. so that the field can work properly. So next and the last one is this input type, this name table. Now by default, how this form is submitted on your email, I always reset it to use the table format. Is the most appropriate format I've found. So just simply also put input type hidden. By the way, all these inputs we have put are hidden. You check, hidden, 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 they are all hidden. Okay. So the next one we are putting is the template. So the template we're using is the table. This one will set your email to receive the data to be in a table format, and I find table format to be the most convenient one that looks very nice. Okay, so with only those settings we are good to go to send the emails. Okay, with only those ones we are good to go to send the emails. Okay, so from that, I'm just going to quickly host this project online. By the way, we can send right away from here. We can just test it offline. Okay, so let me just go to the main page here. So we can test this offline, and let me just say full name, and let me write my full name. Okay, just like that. Email, let me just say johndoe at gmail. So this is for our client, and here testing, subject is testing, and let me write a message and say this is testing message. Testing message. We need to give some padding to the text area, so just a minute. Here in our CSS, so to the text area, let's give it the same padding we gave here to the inputs, and I think it was let's give padding top and bottom. Let's give 1 rem and 2 rem on the sides. Okay, so the padding is right now. So let's just say testing email. Okay, testing email, just like that. Submit. Okay, it is submitting. Make sure you have them, the form has the method post attribute, and that is good, by the way, to show you that error. You must make sure on your form you have the attribute called post. Okay, you must have this attribute of post. So just come here and say post, actually method. So you just write method and set it to post. Okay, so that is, I think it has been a good thing, so that you can see. Make sure in your attribute, you in this form you have 2 attributes. You have the action, and then you have also the method. Okay, so make sure you have these 2. You have the action, the action and the method post, and the action to be this. Okay, so let's just try again. Reload. Okay, let me just first go back. So I reload here, and let me fill in, and let me just put this John Doe. Where is John Doe? John Doe. Subject testing, and here let's just say testing our email. Okay, so click submit. Okay, yep, check email address. This one is not formatted correctly. Email address, this one is not formatted directly. Okay, so just put here, instead of this, I'm just going to feed in my email for a minute. Okay, let me feed in my email here. So I have my dummy email. So if it shows that error, also in your case, so I'm just going to go here, copy my email address. Okay, I'm just going to go and copy my email address, come and put it here. Okay, and let's see. Okay, so I have my email address. Instead of that code, I've put the email address. Let's save and let's try again. Okay, so let me refresh and let me put the name here, John Doe. Subject testing, and here testing email. Testing email. Okay, click submit. Okay, so they say check your email. This form needs activation. We have sent you an email containing an activation link. Okay, so just simply put your email address here. If the other code does not work, I don't know, for some reason it has not worked in my case. If it has worked on yours, fine. If it doesn't, simply put your email the way it is here. We are going to encrypt it in a minute. Okay, so just go back here and let's go in the inbox. We have one inbox here, and they say activate this link. Okay, and by the way, you can just see here they have sent in the email, they have said use this random string, this one, to replace your naked email address in the action attribute of your form. So copy this, just right click and copy this and click on activate, and they are activating and they say form activated, right? And you can see this is the email, this is the HTTP, or this is the server right now on the localhost. We are going to put it online and we see how it works. So I'm just going to remove this email right now, put this one, this token. So please put this token instead of your naked email, and you can see they said it here. They said use this random string, which is this one, to replace your naked email in the action attribute in the form. Okay, so that is great. So let's go back to the browser and submit one more time. Okay, so click on submit. Let me just copy this. Let's refresh, and let me put the details here. John Doe send mail testing, and here let's put testing email. Click on submit, and this time we should be successful. And they say please help us fight spam. So they put this step. If you want to remove this, I can show you, but it's good to leave it so that they can remove the spam. So click on this, I am not a robot, and they should take you to thank you page. Okay, so they have taken us to thank you.html. Ours has not worked. I'm just going to show you the reason why, because it is because of this HTTP they put here. Okay, if you look here where we have this thank you email, I told you we are going to configure it in a minute. So but if we check right now in our inbox now, we should be having one submission, and you can see actually even the first one came. So you see form submit, we have 2 emails here. Okay, so you can see here we have full name, this one, email, this, subject, testing, message, this. Okay, so this is nice. We have our form submit, and they are coming from this HTTP stuff. Okay, so let's take this online. So by the way, to make our thank you page work, let's copy this. This is right now our HTTP. So here where we have /.thankyou.html, it is not working because they want a full domain. So just simply paste this there, and let's save that. Go back to our form. So let's go back to our form. Here in HTML, I'm just going to refresh. put here my name, and let me just change the name here, and I'm just going to put JB, so that JB web developer, email address jb at dev.gmail.com, whatever. And by the way, let me put I could put here the same email address so that you see the response, but let me just stick to that. Testing 2, let me put testing 2, and let's say this is the message from localhost. So those ones who don't know localhost, it just means local server, this one. Okay, from localhost, submit. So now the spam, check that, and now we are taken to our thank you page. Look at that, we are taken to our thank you page. This is so much great. Okay, so if you have reached at this point, this is so good. I might not go ahead and deploy this, but if you deploy this on, I want to show you what you are going to change. The only thing to change is this HTTP. Okay, the only thing to change is this one. Just only change only this place. Go and copy your domain. So let's say your domain is, you are hosting on Netlify. So if I had anything, let me say send mail on Netlify. I think I have something to do with send mail. I don't know. I'm not going to go ahead and host it, but you can just go and host it on Netlify. Okay, okay, let's just do it. So let's just host this on Netlify instead of waiting for you show you. Let me just use just in a minute, and I just want to go and host it on Netlify. So to host it, of course, you must have GitHub. So you must have your GitHub account. Okay, if you don't know how to host, just check on if you don't know how to host on Netlify, just check in the on my YouTube channel. You are going to see somewhere whereby you can learn how to host a website for free, and I'm just going to link the link in the description where you can actually see how you can learn how to host on Netlify for free. So right now I'm just going to go here, add repository, and let me just open this repository here. Click copy this. Okay, at this point I just know you guys, you know how to host. Just go to the repository here, copy this link here. Okay, just click there and copy this link, come and paste it here on local path where we say add repository, add it here, and then create repository in this place, and I'm calling it send mail, and let me put YouTube. Okay, let me put something else here, send mail YouTube. Okay, create repository. Okay, so it is creating for me a repository on my account, and then I can push, and the name I want to say send mail YouTube. Okay, just like that, and I just going to not keep it private so that you guys, you are going to have this code. I will leave the link to my GitHub below, the link to this code in the below, so that you can go ahead and use it. Okay, so here I'm just going to say publish repository. So it is publishing repository, and in a minute let me open my GitHub here. So if I go to my GitHub and I go to, let it first load, go to repositories here, So if you go to repositories, you can see it is just like updated right now. It is here, and you can see all the code that we have written. It is here. Okay, so this is great. So go to Netlify. Go to Netlify. If you have an account already, log in. If you don't have, sign up, and sign up with your GitHub account. Okay, so I'm just going to come here and log in Netlify, and then I'm just going to show you how you can deploy your so make sure you have to have this repository put here on GitHub, and now you can go back to your Netlify and look for where they say under here, under team overview. Just make sure you go where they say add new site. So click on add new site, import an existing project, select GitHub, and authorize GitHub. So you can authorize Netlify here to work with GitHub, and I'm just going to come here and say send mail. So I'm just going to search for that repo, and it is the one that was having send mail YouTube. This one, click on it, and then click deploy. So deploy the site here. So deploy the site here, and it is deploying. So you can see it is saying deploying your site. And by the way, you can even, so your site is deployed, set up a custom domain. So don't fall for this. Okay, don't fall for this and say set custom domain. Please just go back here after you have deployed. The second thing, just go to site settings, and down here you will see you can have change site name. Okay, so change it, and I'm just going to say send mail. Let's just say send mail, and I'm just going to say YT for YouTube. Just you saw here, you can put the name of your website. If it is your profile or it is a client website, just put here the name you want to give it, that one. Okay, just click on save. Okay, so now if we can go back here, you can see our website is fully hosted now. So the only one thing we want to update is this link here. Okay, so where they say, if you go back to our code, you see here where we have localhost, this is the domain name that was working on the local machine. So you want to change it with this. So copy this one, this link here, simply copy it and just come and replace it here. Okay, replace it there, and make sure here you have one slash, not two. So you have http send mail yt.netlify.app stroke thank you.html. Okay, so if after you have written this, so go ahead and update here. You can see, go ahead and push again your code to GitHub, because we updated that part. So I'm just going to click commit and then push to origin. Okay, push to origin, as simple as that. So refresh. So something like 1 minute, this should be working already. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead, refresh once again. So just wait for about 2 minutes. It would have already finished. So come back here, let's fill in now the last one, the last attempt. Put anything here. Okay, and here let's say testing from hosted version. Okay, tested from the hosted version. Okay, so I'm just going to put here this data comes from, by the way, you can change also the font size here in the text area, comes from the hosted version. Okay, as simple as that. So you just click submit. So click on submit, and it's sending, and the form needs activation. And by the way, the fact that you have changed the domain, that one they take it to be as a new thing. Okay, they take it to be as a new thing. Okay, so let's go back to the email. We see if they have sent for us activation. Just, you see the activation is required, and this happens if you change the domain. Okay, so you have changed from the offline to the online one. Just click on activate here, and yes, so you can see this form is now active and everything is now okay. So now, and this figure remains the same. If you check it here, that token, they have not changed the token, I hope so. Let's confirm. So it ends with 124. Let's check in the email, 124. Yeah, so you see this token has remained the same. Okay, the token has remained the same, so you don't need to change anything. The only thing is to go to your email and click on activate form. So let's go back and test again. Okay, so we have the details. Let me just copy this and let me refresh this form once again, put in the details. Okay, just let me put in these details, and here let me put subject from the hosted version. So you say testing from the hosted version, and let me paste in this one. Submit once again, and let's see now, almost there. Right, I am not a robot. This is what a client goes through to avoid this one, and voila, we are on the thank you page once again, and this is really great. Okay, so you can see we are on our thank you page. We have managed to configure it even on the hosted version, and if I check my form, you can see here I have new client submission, and if you check right now the details, you can see full name, email, and let's see the latest one. Latest one is this down, the last one. Yeah, so the last one here, JB, and these are the details. So you can see testing from the hosted version. This data comes from the hosted version. And the bonus technique I'm just going to give you once again, if you want to configure uploads, maybe your form needs an upload or an attachment, just simply add in one more line of code. So you can just use one of these inputs, add into all your form elements that you have, just add in this field type, input type file, name attachment, and if there are images, you can put the type of images you're accepting, for instance PNG and JPEG. And if you want to input a file attachment that is a PDF, use this line that says accept.pdf. Okay, and then you can go ahead and add one more thing. Guys, take a note here. If you want to add in attachments, form attachments, this line of code is very important. It was not there in the first place, but now you have to add this one, which says enctype multipath form data. Okay, enctype multipath, just add this into your form. You have the first one is method, action, and now enctype, and the enctype give it a value of multipath form data, and then the fields for submitting the image, use this one. If you want to submit the image, or you want people to upload their images while submitting in the form, use this one. And if they are going to use the PDF to attach a PDF, you can use this one. Okay, So this is great. Thank you so much for watching. It has been a serious long time. Thank you so much if you have hosted up to this point. Remember to subscribe to receive this kind of content, and you can share with others so that they can learn. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.